What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I've made my way down to Benson Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram. We're going to take a look at the all new 2020 Ram 1500 Crew Cab. This one's finished off in diamond black crystal pearl. It has an MSRP just under $72,000. So huge shout out to them for providing this truck for me today. Definitely check out their website. That is in the description below. Also, don't forget, for the month of February, we are doing a Gopro giveaway. More details will be later in this video. Under the hood, this has the 3-liter turbo diesel V6 engine. This is the Gen 3. It's only paired to the 8-speed automatic transmission. This engine has a brand new turbo, redesigned pistons. It features a low-pressure exhaust gas recirculation system, which helps reduce power loss from the turbo, equating to more power. This produces 260 horsepower at 3,600 RPM and 480 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,600 RPM. It is rear-wheel drive with the optional 4-wheel drive engagement, weighs just over 5,200 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in the mid-second range, and with a fuel capacity of 33 gallons, you can expect to see 19 miles per gallon in the city and 24 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 144.5 inches. The overall length is 232.9. It has a width of 82.1. Its height is 77.6 inches, and ground clearance varies from 8.2 to 10.8 depending on where the adaptive suspension setting is. Starting up front on the Limited, this comes with LED headlights and LED daytime running lights. They have a really nice design to them. You can also see most of the front end is finished off in chrome, which is part of the Limited package. Even the Ram logo right in the center of the grille. This has a forward-facing camera nicely integrated underneath the A, so it has a really cool design. There's very nice cutouts throughout the grille as well, and 2 specific cutouts on each side of Ram to provide more cooling to the engine. You'll also see that down in the lower section of the grille. There's 2 parking sensors, and then right behind the grille there are active shutters which will open and close to help improve even more aerodynamics with the vehicle. You'll see there are 2 chrome tow hooks in the lower side, and then to the side we have even more parking sensors and the fog lights in the lower section. And then as we make our way up to the hood, you'll see a nice bulge in the center with nice contoured lines coming down to the top section of the grille. Moving to the side of the Limited, we'll start off with these wheels. They measure 22 by 9. They have a really nice 2-tone design to them. As part of the Limited package, you'll see more chrome trim on the lower section of the door, along with the Ram badge. Working our way up to the side mirrors, you'll see there's more chrome on the top section of them. They are power folding, feature the integrated turn signal, and they have a camera underneath each one as part of the 360 camera system, which I'll show later in this video. You can see there's more chrome trim surrounding all of the windows. Up top, this does have a full panoramic sunroof. It has really nice lines running down the side of it and nice fender arches as well. This also has an adaptive suspension. Right now I have it in the exit entry mode, which is the lowest setting, obviously to make it easier to get into and out of the vehicle. You can see the ride height adjust, so I can put it all the way up into the maximum setting, and that's where you get the ground clearance differences. Now with the truck in the off-road 2 mode, you can see that it is much higher, and this does have power running boards, so whether you open the front door or the rear door, those will automatically deploy, and then you can see them fold back into place. And finishing up in the rear, this has LED taillights. The backup camera is nicely integrated just above the grab handle for the tailgate. You can see the large Ram badge right in the center, finished off in chrome, along with the badges to the left and the right. It has a body-colored rear bumper, along with parking sensors that run through the lower section of it. You can see this also has dual exhaust, and it has a towing capacity up to 6,200 pounds. That's going to finish it up for the exterior walk-around on the 2020 Ram 1500. Hopefully you can also see in the background here that the vehicle is lowering. There's a button on the key fob that you can double tap, and it'll go from whatever setting it's at to the exit and entry mode, which it is currently doing right now. What you can also do on the key fob is double tap on the lock button and then double tap on this button underneath, and it has remote start as well. So you can easily have the vehicle started up, ready for you, and at the exact ride height to help you get in and out. You can double tap on this as well to shut the vehicle off. But with it locked and the key in my pocket, it is still lowering. I can go ahead and grab the handle and it will automatically unlock and fold out the running boards. Taking a look at the door panel, you'll see the armrest is covered in leather. There's some stitching that runs across it. Nice embroidered pattern runs just above that, and you'll also notice a wood trim piece and a brushed aluminum trim piece that surrounds the entire release handle. This has 2 memory seating adjustments. You have your window controls and your side mirror adjustments just in front of that, along with lock and unlock. In the middle section of the door, you'll see a little bit of storage space, and then at the bottom section of the door, all of that storage runs the entire length for anything that you need to place there. This also has a 19-speaker Harman Kardon sound system. So hopping up into the Ram 1500, let's start off with these seats. They are completely covered in leather, have really nice stitching, and the same colored piping running down both sides. They are heated and ventilated, have a good amount of support to them as well. Moving over to the steering wheel, we have a combination of leather and wood trim. The wood trim is on the upper 3/4 of it. There's a nice little inlay on the bottom side and the same colored stitching running through the middle of it. Has a really nice feel to it. And there's also buttons on the back side of it that will control things like your volume and changing radio stations. Moving on to the controls on the front side of the steering wheel, you have your cruise control and adaptive cruise control settings, along with a gear limit on the right side. Over on the left, you have your voice commands, Bluetooth, and all of these will control the center screen. We can look at the speedometer. You can see things like TPMS, your air suspension, and other vital temperatures that you can look at. If we scroll down again, we have driver assistance, so you can control the adaptive cruise control. You can see your fuel economy, you have your trip information, along with your trailer tow, so you can monitor anything when you have a trailer hooked up. You have your audio, your messages, your screen setup, so when you go into this, you can configure things like the compass in the upper left-hand corner, and you can change that to the outside temperature as you see in the upper right. Off and to the left side, you'll see the tach with your speedometer and fuel gauge on the right side. To the left of the steering wheel, you'll see controls for the foot pedals, so you can move these forwards and backwards depending on your height. You have an electronic parking brake, along with all the headlight controls and dimmer switches. There's one air vent, a little bit more of that wood trim. You can see there's leather covering the entire dash. And then right in the center, we have a little bit of storage space on the top with a 12 volt, and right in the middle is the 12-inch screen. Just by clicking on the home button on the top left, it brings you to this screen here where you can see your media. You have your phone along with all of your AC controls, so just by turning that on, you can see the fan speed and adjusting your temperature where you'd like the air to go. Not only can you use the screen, but you can also use the buttons to the left side and the right side. Down at the bottom, you have a row of buttons. We can go into navigation, and we can pull that up so you can see that in full screen. You can go into your climate controls as we just did and just view that in full screen. We even have controls for the heated and ventilated seats, along with the heated steering wheel. You'll also see you can deploy the steps, so whether the doors are open or closed, you can easily do that. We can look at the backup camera, and then when we exit out of that, we can go back to the surround camera. Right now you can see the top-down view and the rear view camera. Then we can see just the rear view camera. We have the forward-facing camera, along with the forward-facing and the top-down, and there's even another camera in the back just to give you a little bit different of an angle. And then off and to the left side, you have power and volume for the radio. On the right side is tuning, and we can't even shut this screen off. On the left side of the screen, you'll see the engine start-stop button, along with your drive select. If we just rotate this to the right, that'll automatically put us into reverse and pull up the camera as well. And then, of course, you have neutral and drive. To the left of that is all of the four-wheel drive modes. And then just underneath the screen, we have the trailer braking system. This is for the adaptive suspension, being able to raise and lower the vehicle. We have traction control, your tow haul mode. You can turn on and off the rear parking sensors, along with the front parking sensors as well. Just underneath that, you'll see 2 USB and 2 USB ports, a little bit of storage space right next to that. Down below, this does have a wireless charging port, and then right in the middle, you can see all of this wood trim gives it a really nice look. Just by pushing on the front side, you'll see 2 cup holders, and then pushing on the back one, you have a little bit of storage and some coin slots in the back. You can also adjust this entire center, so pulling on this lever here, we can push this back, and it reveals a lot more storage space along with a 3-prong outlet, so you definitely have a lot of versatility right in the middle. Taking a look at the center armrest now, you'll see limited running across the top there, along with more stitching. When we go ahead and open this up, you'll see on the back side there are a lot of conversion measurements. As this will be a work truck, you have everything that you need for different measurements and being able to convert things. Down below, you have a little bit more storage space. There is a maximum fill line. Since you can slide this forwards and backwards, you have a lot more storage space on the front side of it. And then down below, there is a flip tray as well that we can put into place, which allows everything that you place on this side not to slide through up underneath this. As we make our way over to the 2 glove boxes, you'll see down below you have your normal amount of space for anything that needs to go there. And then the top one has a nice wood trim inlay with limited off to the side. If I just push on this button here, that reveals another compartment, so you have even more storage space that you have up front. We'll go ahead and take another look at these seats. I really like all of the black leather. And then up top, this does have the full panoramic sunroof. You can see the sunshade currently opening right now. Definitely gives you plenty of light. You have all those controls up in the top here, along with being able to open and close the rear glass. And then all of your dome lights and even a tailgate button are up there as well. So hopping into the back seats now of the Ram 1500, you definitely have a ton of room for 3 people to be back here comfortably. I have the front seat set at my height, 5'10". You can see I have a good amount of room in front of my knees and then plenty of room above my head. So I have no complaints with that. Definitely a lot of room. The door panel has the same attention to detail as up front, which I like to see. And you even have grab handles for the back, so that just makes it easier to get in and out. You have a little bit of storage space behind both front seats, and then right in the middle here, this does have heated and ventilated rear seats, which is awesome to see. There's a 3-prong outlet in the center. You have 2 USB and 2 USB ports, along with a little bit of storage space, 2 cup holders, and the AC vents. If we make our way to the middle though, if you only have 2 people in the back, you can just pull on this latch here and fold this seat all the way down. It reveals 2 more cup holders, a nice armrest obviously, finished off in leather, and then you can open this up for a little bit more storage space. What's also nice about the back seats is they have a 60-40 split on the bottom section. So just by pulling a lever on the front, I can easily fold this seat up, and that gives you plenty of room for anything that you want to put in the back. There's also tie downs in the back, so if you need to put extra cargo here and secure it, you have the option to do that. There's a little pocket of storage space underneath the seat as well with a divider, so you can put some stuff there that's not going to slide around, and just with a little grab you can easily fold this back down. Last up, we'll go ahead and take a look at the bed storage space. I'm just going to double tap the button on the key fob and it will automatically open up. You can see this does have a bed liner for some added protection, along with tie down hooks in each corner, and there's also a dome light on each side as well. So there's definitely a lot of room for anything that you need to place in here, and it does have a payload capacity up to 1,700 pounds. So getting the 2020 Ram 1500 out on the road now, it's been quite some time since I've been behind the wheel of a full-size 1500. Coming from a mid-size truck, I forgot just how large it is on the inside. Even my distance from the passenger seat here, I mean, I can't even reach the GoPro over there. It's so far away. You have a ton of storage space right in the center and a lot of room for 5 people. It's definitely crazy how big it is on the inside of this truck. But one thing I wanted to go over that I forgot to mention earlier is there's a button on the top of this 12-inch screen here. When you push on that, that is your active park sense. Basically, it's going to start searching for a spot for you to parallel park in. I think that's an awesome feature to have in a full-size truck like this. I'm going to put a video down in the description below showing how that actually works. I did that on a previous Ram 1500 and it is awesome. It works first try and you don't really even have to do anything. So if you're in the city or something, obviously this is a long truck. It's a very big truck to try to park yourself. So that is just another aid that will help you in maneuvering this truck. Along with the 360 camera, that is awesome to have on a truck like this. You virtually have no blind spots, so it's really cool to see that if you're backing up to a trailer or just in parking lot situations. But just a general view from the driver's seat here, obviously it's very easy to see out of the front here. All the glass is quite large, so there's really no blind spots. And then over your left and right shoulder. In pickup trucks, you really don't have many blind spots over each shoulder because the pillars are not really bulky and the glass is right there. Just notice on these side mirrors here, it does have a zoom mirror in the upper section there. It does look like the road is coming to an end here, so I get to test the 3-point turning capabilities of a large pickup truck like this. So let's go ahead and use this 360 camera and see how that works. I can easily see the curb there all the way back up to it right about there. And then doing my second reverse here, it's definitely very helpful. I could easily do that and know exactly where the truck is. I'm not on a wide street either, so I was easily able to do that. But moving on to all of the materials on the inside, I really like all of this wood trim. It's up top here around this small storage bin. It runs across the entire dash. Even having it on the steering wheel is pretty awesome to see. And then obviously it's on the door panels and in the center. You have leather pretty much covering everything else, so that is awesome to see. And then as far as power goes, we'll just give it a little bit of gas. And we're up to the speed just like that. For a heavy truck, that really wasn't all that bad. Obviously, this is geared more towards towing, but if you're just daily driving this, or like I am right now, just giving it a little bit of gas, and we are up to the speed limit again, just like that. So it has plenty of power. As I already mentioned, the ride is very comfortable. with the adaptive suspension, it's going to absorb all these bumps really well. And you have different settings that you can go into. So if you're going on some gravel roads or something like that, you can get the ground clearance a little bit higher. So that's awesome. Moving on to the center screen here, while it's in the vertical position, it's actually quite large. It doesn't hinder anything. I've seen some vehicles where, for example, the backup camera is kind of just in the middle of the screen, but this is a full screen, full angle view on anything that you need to see. Even going into the navigation here, it pulls up on the entire screen, so that's very cool to see. So I like the orientation of it. There's not a whole lot of buttons, which makes it easy to use, and I like all the toggle switches that are down below it. So it has a really nice layout. For being the 3-liter eco diesel engine as well, it's not all that loud. You can hear it a little bit under acceleration, but just normal driving, it's not like the previous diesels where it was crazy loud and you could obviously hear it going down the road. This has a nice quiet feel on the inside, so you really can't hear the engine all that much. You can hear it a little bit under that acceleration. You can definitely tell it's a diesel, but it's not loud. It sounds like a normal engine would, which is awesome because it just gives you a quiet and comfortable ride on the inside. And then just cruising like normal just sounds normal. So I really like how this diesel engine, or how quiet this diesel engine is. Well, I think that's gonna wrap up my walk around review and test drive in the 2020 Ram 1500. Huge shout out again to Benson, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram for providing this truck for me today. Definitely check out their website in the description below. Also, don't forget, for the month of February, we are doing a GoPro giveaway. All you have to do to be eligible to win is be a subscriber to the channel and comment on videos, and that's it. You're automatically entered into winning a GoPro. So make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.